Welcome back to Health and Beauty with Dr. Sonia. I'm Sharon Coleman. Now, Dr. Sonia, when we hear the word liposuction, I mean, it sends chills down our spine normally.
Absolutely, yes, but it doesn't have to. It can be very quick and easy and simple, and you saw the great results that we were able to achieve with the after pictures.
Those results were amazing.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because we're going to be able to take a look at some actual footage that we got at Elite MD that we shot with your partner, Dr. Bansal, who's a board-certified plastic surgeon. So we're going to take a look at that right now. It's a step-by-step process, what you can expect when you go into Elite MD for your laser liposuction. I do have to tell you that this is an actual surgical procedure, so keep that in mind when you take a look.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Bansal here at Elite MD. I'm a board-certified plastic surgeon. I'm going to be describing to you today a little bit about the day of the procedure. Usually the patient comes in and we usually tell them to get a nice rest that night before. They have breakfast in the morning, which they usually like, and they come in and the first thing we do is take before and after pictures. Sometimes we'll do some measurements, sometimes we'll take their weight, and then we'll do our drawings, which is one of the most important parts of the procedure. And I like to focus on the areas that bother you the most, and we agree to where the incisions may go, and then we will just lay you on the procedure room table. Many people will be listening to their iPods or their favorite music. Some people will watch televisions or bring a DVD in. It's a very nice and relaxed environment. Many people fall asleep actually during the procedure, which is the biggest compliment you can give your surgeon if you fall asleep while they're doing the procedure. The first step is to do the laser. We put the laser in and we melt the targeted fat zones, and then we just suck out the fatty tissue. Unlike traditional liposuction, there's a lot less bruising and the recovery is faster because the laser lessens the chance of any type of bruising. The whole day is very comfortable. In fact, most patients who have one area done will come back and do another area because they can't believe how nice the process was. We put special garments on after the procedure. Many people will go out to lunch or dinner that night. If it's more extensive, we tell them to just relax at home, and many patients will go back to work even the next day, or sometimes they need about a day or two just for some extra rest. Well, thank you for joining us at Elite MD today. That gives you a nice overview of what to expect the day of the procedure.
I cannot believe how gentle that procedure looked.
And the patient is awake, and they don't feel anything. And that's the beauty of the procedure.
They're awake during the entire procedure?
Yep, they're listening to their favorite music, maybe watching their favorite DVD, but they're pretty much awake during the whole procedure. But the nice thing is they don't feel anything because it's all done under local anesthesia. There are patients that walk out of there, they say, well, this was easy. This was easier than Botox, and Botox is pretty simple.
Now, you brought a fiber in that we can take a look at.
Yeah, this is the actual fiber that is used, and you can see how thin this is.
Very thin.
It's only 1 millimeter, very, very small.
A ballpoint pen.
Absolutely.
In terms of the width.
Right, so and that's exactly what's created, is a very tiny incision about the end of a ballpoint pen, and this is the actual fiber that gets slipped into the skin to the level of the fat. It's hooked onto a laser, and so it's melting the fat, very much like a hot butter knife. So it's very, very gentle. It gets sectioned out, and you'll also get, the nice thing is you'll get that tightening effect because it's helping to stimulate collagen right underneath the skin. So that tightening effect you'll notice over 6 months.
Can I see this for a second?
Sure.
I mean, I honestly cannot believe the size of this. This is so small. And I would imagine also compared to traditional liposuction, the actual item being used, if you will, how this is tremendously different in size.
It's huge. I mean, the traditional liposuction cannula is it's a pretty big instrument. It's a thick metal tube, so it's not a very easy thing to get into the skin. It's hugely traumatic, and if you compare that with this very small 1 millimeter thin cannula entering into the skin, it's a very gentle procedure, and that's why there's very little bruising, little to no bruising, and very minimal swelling. They can take anywhere from 2 to maybe 4 hours, and we try to stay very conservative, and we ask the patient to really concentrate on the area that really bothers them the most. We start with that area, and what happens typically is they're so satisfied they move on to a second area after.
Can you do that the same day, or do you make another appointment for another area after you see the amazing results?
Well, usually we want them to just have the recovery process all done, and then once they're happy, then have them come back, maybe a few weeks later.
It's like, I know you're excited, but,
let's
calm down a little bit.
Let's get you recovered first and make sure everything is going well.
Well, I think this is tremendous that this actual procedure is available for people. It's really exciting.
Absolutely. And the nice thing is actually there was a patient that had it done very recently, and her sister lives in France and heard about this procedure and saw her sister and was just so overwhelmed. She flew in from France to do all these different areas at once, which we would typically not do, but we wanted to
in this case,
obviously cater to her. So, and she did fabulous.
Now, you also brought a patient in today who had the treatment done yesterday.
Yesterday.
All right, this is fantastic. We're actually going to have a chance to meet that patient and find out how she felt about the procedure that she had done, and I'm sure she won't show us her results, but we'll be able to talk about it, so stay with us on Health and Beauty with Dr. Sonia. If you have any questions for Dr. Sonia, please visit EliteMDSpa.com. Click on the link for Health and Beauty with Dr. Sonia. We just may answer one of your questions on our upcoming segments.